How the problem would be resolved with a population has been brainwashed for years and years and years that Palestine are sub-people and they are not worth to live. How do you think ever it would be a solution?
Well, thank you very much for your kind words. I don't imagine that there will be a solution anytime soon. In fact, one of the main reasons for this slaughter is the current government of Israel trying to show the Israeli voters that they can kill Palestinians just as efficiently and with more international support than Benjamin Netanyahu, the opposition leader who hopes to come to power. There are many brave Israelis who stand against this, but the vast majority of Israelis are supporting this slaughter. They say that they want peace, but they're not ready to pay the price of peace, which is justice. The Boers in South Africa, during the apartheid era, used to say they wanted peace, but they weren't ready to pay the price of peace, which was equality with their African brethren living in the same country as them. And I'm afraid that, as was true of the Boers in the apartheid state, is true of the vast majority of Israeli voters, as the election next month will undoubtedly prove. Israel will only grant a Palestinian state worthy of the name if the world forces it to. Forces it to. Not asks it to, with no penalty if it doesn't, but forces it to. And that's what I'm trying. That's why I'm going to the United States in March, east to west, north to south, to try and impact on the American public opinion in the new presidency. Let's go back to the comment wall, and we'll take an email, this time from the USA. Faye, after 1 week during this time, Israel killed more than 400 children by chemical bombs, but it's a shame if we feel that's the way to make peace. This is a crime against human beings. The American government supports this Israeli terror against humans, brings shame to all American citizens. There is my question to all members of the White House, especially Miss Nancy Pelosi. When the media shows a puppy dog lost his home, you and all Americans cry. What are your feelings about children being killed by the burning of chemical bombs? I don't believe we need that kind of representatives supporting genocide. Many Jews are shamed when Israel uses US support to kill people. Well, every bullet, every bomb, every tank, every warship, every F-16, every helicopter gunship, every Apache, every missile, every blade which cuts the Palestinian people came free of charge from the United States taxpayer. A taxpayer who's already on the floor as a result of the collapse in the United States economy. Well said, Faye, in the United States. Let's stay on the comment wall. Take an SMS, this time from the United Kingdom, Imran Mohammed. There are some very narrow-minded people out there. We need to stop stereotyping the Muslims as terrorists. Gazans are not terrorists. They're defending their land, just how you would if someone invaded your house. Well, very well said, Imran. The idea that it's the Muslims that are the terrorists, when in fact the Muslims are the victims of the so-called war on terror, which is really a war of terror, is evident to anyone with eyes to see. But let's look on the bright side. They are watching Press TV, these narrow-minded people. They are watching George Galloway's program, Comment, on Press TV. So maybe we'll convert them yet. Much more coming up after this. I'll be bringing you a program called Comment. It's the big conversation. It's the great debate. Looking for your telephone calls, your emails, your SMSs. Make sure your email, your SMS, and above all, your telephone call gets through to me. So join me, 9:36 GMT every week. Comment, Press TV, broadcasting live from central London. You'll enjoy the debate, and that's a promise. And that's a promise I'm trying to keep. Let's take another telephone call. Where's this one from? Yes, hello, caller.
Hello, yeah, I'm Leo. I'm calling from England. I just want to thank you for all the effort you put in. I wish we had more of you in the House of Parliament. There are a lot of good show I have seen from you, and I was in a demonstration in London on Saturday, and you made a good speech over there.
Thank you.
Proud of men like you, and I wish there were more of you. My question is, all these Arab people in this Arab world, if they come out and demonstrate and show their support, it doesn't matter they have oppression regime. They should come out so the regime can see. I mean, how much they can fill up in the prison for the freedom of speech they don't have. They cannot fill the prison up. They go out, show their courage. Well, it's only a little bit. They can keep you for how long? I mean, we don't have the freedom almost in this country. They're taking it step by step from us in the UK. I mean, we have, the only one we have is the press TV. All the real news is not shown. The only real news...
Thank you very much indeed. And Press TV is attracting record numbers of viewers in this crisis because people are looking for the truth. On the subject of the Arab world, don't forget this, that it only takes a few drops of rain in the desert to transform the landscape. And I believe these drops of rain are coming soon. And I think you know the Arab countries to which I refer. And as to people like me, don't forget, if you were on the demonstration last week, 100,000 or more British people were on that demonstration. The majority of them were not Muslims, were not Arabs. They were ordinary British people whose families and their families and their families are from here. And we have reached a place in Britain where the majority of people agree with us about Palestine. And that's a very big change from when I started in this cause 35 years ago. Let's take another telephone call. Where's this one from? Yes, caller. Hello.
Hi. Hello, George. I'm phoning from Glasgow.
Welcome.
Hello, George. I just want to say first thank you to you for all your good work with, the Arab world.
Thanks.
When you come on television, whether you're on at 2 in the morning or whatever, whether it's on radio or wherever, I always make sure I listen to you, and just want to say thank you to you on behalf of millions, I'm sure.
Thanks.
And I also wanted to ask you, today we went to the BBC in Pacific Quay in Glasgow for a protest. And I just wanted to ask you, what's your opinion on the fact that the TV licence that we pay for, how can we actually create enough commotion so that BBC actually listens to us on the biased reporting?
Well, that's a very good point, but I can't really opine on a rival television station about what people should do about that. But I did see the protest of the people in Scotland today outside the BBC, and they were absolutely right to make it. I used to call the BBC the Bush and Blair Corporation, but it's actually fallen from those standards in this war, as indeed it did in the Lebanon war a couple of summers ago. As to what can be done about it, we have to keep up the pressure. And there's one thing I don't understand. Given that Israel is refusing the BBC permission to go and view this war, why are the BBC continuing to accept Israel's terms of reference for the reportage of this crisis? When they're kept out of Zimbabwe, they make sure everybody knows that it was Zimbabwe that kept them out, and they give Zimbabwe hell in their broadcasts, in part because they've been kept out. Unfortunately, they don't do the same in Palestine. Thank you very much for your call in Glasgow. Let's go back to the comment wall and take an SMS. This is from London. Naz, Israel tried to bomb Press TV station in Gaza. Do you think Israel will try their diplomatic resources to stop Press TV in London and other Western countries? Press TV is the voice of the people. Press TV is giving us Gaza coverage. Absolutely right, Naz. No, I don't think they have the power or the influence in Britain to stop us. We are a legitimate television station. We're obeying the rules of the British broadcasting system, and we're attracting record numbers, as is my radio show. My radio show is now listened to by hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on Friday and Saturday nights at 10 p.m. on talksport.net if you're abroad, or 1089 a.m. on the radio. So the truth does get through. Let's go to the comment wall. Take another email, this time from Kano, Nigeria, Junaid Saeed. I want people around the world to know that Hamas is a government like any other government in the US, Russia, Britain, France, etc. Hamas has the right to obtain weapons in order to defend itself, just as Israel always claimed its weapons are for self-defense. So I want people to continue with their protest, even if Israel stops the bombardment in Gaza, in order to mount pressure on Israel to stop the blockade in the Palestinian territories.